Hello, and welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. It is that time again. It is that time to enrich Bernard Arnault and buy another bottle of Ardbeg. Okay, I don't know if this is supposed to be a core range. I don't think it is. I think it's a special release. But today I am going to take you through the Ardbeg Anthology. Okay, 14 years old, very rare. Fuck knows what that means. 46%, very rare. I think I know what it is. The rarity is the Madeira cask. So this is a blend of Madeira casks, or a marriage between aromatic Madeira cask and classic Ardbeg bourbon cask. Okay, so that is the rarity of it, the Madeira cask. Okay, granted, that is not common. Let us open this and see. I mean, once again, you know, the packaging is always so nice and the art in it is so pretty, you know, unicorn's tail's got a unicorn there with red eyes, okay, like a devil unicorn or some shit, okay. So, as you know, Ardbeg and I have a love-hate relationship. I love the older releases because they were serious, because they were designed for whiskey lovers, okay, whiskey drinkers. The Ardbeg of late, the Ardbeg Day and the latest releases mostly tend to be appealing to marketable peoples and Asian market that just love fancy labels and great marketing, okay? Big displays in duty fucking frees and airports where the budget has gone to that as opposed to actually making better whiskey. And that is just my gripe with Ardbeg. But look, listen, I like to give them a go as much as I can. Whenever I can, we will buy the bottles and I will give it a go. So this is a 14 years old, which actually is priced relatively reasonably. I believe it is I think it's 250 New Zealand dollars or 260 New Zealand dollars. So that's not too bad. That ain't too bad considering that it is a 14 years old, right? I mean, I think the 10 is 120 or 130 New Zealand dollars. So for that extra 4 years, you know, usually they go exponentially. It's not so bad. And plus a premium on the Madeira, it ain't so bad. But let us pour. So once again, as usual, I have my butt plug glass with me because that is the best glass for sniffing. For sniffing and tasting. Okay. First of all, the color, nothing unusual about the color. It looks like a whiskey. Looks like a whiskey. Looks like someone has not had enough water to drink and they took a piss. So let's get sipping. Oh, let's get nosing, sorry, shall I say? All right, the nose. You've got brown sugar caramel, burnt butter. You've got that Ardbeg peat confronting you. There's no warm up here, okay? It's like going to prison. You go to maximum security and the big guy wants to have his time with you straight away. There's no downtime. You know, you don't get to acclimatize here, okay? The albino comes up to you and goes, all right, give me some sugar, baby. Wonder who's going to get my reference with the albino. Let's see. Who gets a reference with the albino in prison, eh? Kelpie, salty, smoke, charred driftwood, rubber, and then you start to do the caramel. Raspberry jam. Strawberry jam, strawberry yogurt. You've got that sickly sweet strawberry yogurt. Grilled peaches, grilled nectarine, grilled stone fruit. But let's say peaches actually. No, wait a minute. Grilled nectarine. Smoked licorice, which I've never had before, but that's what I imagine would smell like. A hint of aniseed. White pepper. Pine cones, pine resin, fresh wood varnish, Okay, look, so far the nose is pretty compelling. The nose is pretty ballsy, pretty compelling, quite whole. Vanilla, sickly coconut, that's obviously coming from the ex-bourbon cask. Very sugary. Oh, the nose is beautiful. I must say, the nose is beautiful. I'm not going to say anything bad about that. I know this sounds weird. Rust. A wet, rusty piece of metal. You know when you find an old axe and it's just been sitting there and it's rusty as shit and it gets wet. I don't know where it's from, but a wet, rusty piece of metal, a wet, rusty axe head. Actually, if you have this bottle at home, join me. A wet, rusty axe head. Rosemary, there is a fattiness to it, like a fat of lamb. Rosemary and lamb fat, like a Sunday fucking roast, baby. All right, it keeps developing more. As I sniff it, it keeps developing more. So sorry if I'm taking a long time, but actually the nose is quite good. The nose is quite complex. I'm not gonna lie, the nose is good. Let's get sipping, baby. All right, first impressions. Oh, that's the Ardbeg that I'm looking for. Ooh. Oh, shit. Oh. It's getting a little breezy in here. A little breezy. Here you go. Okay. Lemon pith, lemon rind, followed by burnt rubber, fresh rubber, brand new rubber, like walking into Walmart and you have the flip-flop section and you're getting that fresh rubber attacking you from there. It's confronting you. Smoke, firewood smoke, burnt seaweed, burnt beach sand and burnt bogwood from the beach. And then it's followed by a sickly sweet, followed by a sickly sweet syrupiness. I was hoping more of that fruit coming through, but I'm not getting that yet. I'm getting some dark chocolate notes. Definitely herbal, definitely fatty. I'm definitely gonna stick with that lamb and a bouquet of herbs, mostly rosemary, a deep earthy herbiness, licorice, Dutch licorice. Okay, it's developing a little bit. It's a bit slow to develop, and I'm finding it's a little bit slow to develop, and the finish is not as long as I want it to be. And this is my problem with Ardbegs lately, and I'll take you through that. This is my problems with Ardbegs lately, is that their finish is not as long as they should have been and could have been. And I think that is because of the 46%. I mean, look, I get it. Most people, 46% is enough. I get it. Most people will take a whiskey and they'll behave like a fucking savage, like a bloody caveman, and put some ice in it. And if you're one of those people, well, sorry. You know, that we all can't be, you know, as appreciative of a good spirit, okay? Putting ice in this would just fuck it. But I think the issue is the 46%. I'm thinking 2 or 3 more percent would elevate this. Once again, would elevate this from good, not bad, good, you know, pretty good, to excellent. Okay, this is my problem. Madeira cask would shine with slightly higher ABV. Okay, Madeira cask, it'll be more syrupy, it'll be more viscous, it'll have a better finish. Okay, I mean, I'm looking at it right now and I'm just not getting that usual oiliness that I notice with the legs of this glass. And when I drink it, even when I play with it, okay, I'm not getting that viscosity and soapiness that usually you would get from better, older Ardbeg releases, okay? They're definitely targeting this for the softer palates. I mean, real disappointing actually. It's delicious, it's very palatable, it has quite a bit of complexity. It lacks a little bit of the interest factor though, because the interest factor, in my opinion, comes from more ABV, right? The more ABV you have, the more of the original spirit you have, and it's a glue of flavor. Anyone who argues that low ABV is a better proposition than higher ABV, I'm sorry, you're fucking wrong. I think that 2 more percent, maybe 3, even put it to 50%, would have taken this absolutely to the next level. This is my problem, is that you can always water down whiskey. So when you get it and it's a higher ABV, you can always put a couple of drops of water in it, but you can't unwater whiskey. And the problem you've got is, once again, and this is where I'm just kind of like, come on, man, just 2% more, just 2% more ABV. It's like, how much volume is not going to eat into the volume of this? This is where the bean counters and the money makers have taken over and go, you know what, let's extract as much value out of these casks as opposed to value for drinking, okay, and utility. They're looking for monetary value, and I get it, it's a business, but come on. Like, this is why lately I've been hearing that Ardbeg releases have not been coming off the shelves. They're not selling. They have to specially mark them down because they're just not selling. People have lost faith in Ardbeg. And look, I would love to have a chat with an Ardbeg representative. I would love to have a chat with the people in charge of blending this, because they must be sitting there going, you know, this is not our best foot forward. It could be better, but they're forced by these marketers and bean counters to go, well, it doesn't matter, we're targeted to the mass market and duty-free market. And I get it, but you know, it's like an artist selling out. And you know, it's like when Blink 182 used to be proper punk, and then they sold out to the MTV pop generation. I mean, yeah, it's made you money, but you gotta be a little bit ashamed that you sold out. And look, you know what? When you're swimming like Uncle Scrooge in a bathtub of money, you know what? It doesn't matter what anyone says, and I get that. And my opinion is fuck all to LVMH. But really, you're not appealing to the true whiskey drinkers anymore. You're just appealing to those who think they drink whiskey. And I'm saying that, and I'm not trying to sound cocky and arrogant, but it's fucking true. This could have been great, once again, could have been great. It's not bad, it's actually better than the recent shit they've been putting out and birthing out of their shit wombs, but it couldn't be so much better. Until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers.